My dear friends, today we have a very interesting topic to discuss, that is Baltic Sea and European port cities. What is the main concern about these cities? Economic, and then ecology and geopolitics. So I would like to introduce first of all our today respected guest, and we have a beautiful lady from Sweden, and she's Mayor Jeanette Oversen, Mayor of Simrish Marsh Municipality, Sweden, right? Pronounce.
Almost.
Yeah. And then we have, applause please. Because after few days you have your International Women's Day. So we have all men should give you more priority, right? And then we have Michel Urbanek, right? Mr. Yeah, Mr. Michel Urbanek is Deputy Sejm Poland, right? And you are MP?
Yes, I'm the MP.
Oh, member of Parliament, you are a great person. So then we have a Marcin Zukowski, right? Director of Secretariat, Association of Polish Comments.
Yes.
And we have from Finland, Esa Nikonen.
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
I'm pleased to be here.
So, yeah, he is our Aero-Avian, yeah? You are Director General of Envision
Environmental Services of City of Helsinki.
Helsinki, Finland. You know, Helsinki, as I told you, in 1992, first time when I was coming to Ukraine, that time in 1992, there was no flight direct to Ukraine. So our flight, not landed to Moscow, landed to Helsinki. So I was lucky to be in Helsinki. So I think that after our today discussion, next time I will be.
You must come again.
Thank you, my dear friend. So let's discuss about this. Why we are considering so important today topic to discuss. Can you please share, Ms. Janet, your thoughts?
Of course, thank you, and good evening, everyone. It's nice to see so many of you still awake. Well, today's topic is important because, of course, the situated countries around the Baltic Sea and many of our cities, port cities along the coast is depending on the health and the safety of the Baltic. My region, where I come from, the southern eastern coast of Sweden, is very close to the Danish island Bornholm, and we have a long tradition of fishing and fisheries industries, so that's our cultural heritage.
And Gdynia. So I can say Poland today become for Ukraine, that non-separable country, and it's no blessing for Ukraine today have Poland, because all military support, weapons. I always say you can always take aeroplane on ship, but ship you can't take on aeroplane, right? So we have to make here a difference.
Yes.
So you are very much right that we are very much dependent, and pandemic also given us lesson that you should be think about seafarer. You have to think about sea, not aeroplane only, right? So that's good and blessing to have Poland with us. Thank you. And now I would like to ask Marcin, right? Marcin, Director of Secretariat, Association of Polish Community. So I think, Marcin, you can also add here your thoughts.
Yes, thank you. Our name is really hard to spell because the Association of Polish Communities in Region Baltic, but what is the most common? The Region Baltic. We have been founded in two ways. One is the self-governments, we are parts of our union. We are the union of self-governments in two Polish voivodeships. One is Pomerania region and the second one is Warmia-Mazur region. And we consist almost 30 municipalities. Among them we have Gdynia, Gdańsk, those important ports. But we have also smaller counties. And what is the most important part? That we want to work together to bring the sustainable development goals closer to our societies. We all are aiming at sustainable development in our local areas, but this has to be done in multi-sectoral cooperation. We have to have a scientific institution, we have to have politicians also on board, self-governments, regional authorities. And this is what our union doing since 25 years. This year, we are a region Baltic, one of the biggest regions existing in the EU, because we are consisting of Lithuania, Sweden, Denmark, Poland. We had before Estonia and Latvia. We had also Russians on board. And as far as you know, the situation has been changed when the war started, and all this kind of cooperation has been stopped with our Russian colleagues. But what is the most in common part? That the Baltic Sea. This is joint asset which we are sharing, on which will bring us benefits in the future, which is still bringing a beneficiary, like economical benefits, like not only economical but also social aspects. It's something that is a common asset which brings people closer. No matter how, if you are located in Sweden, Denmark, or anywhere else. This is joint asset on which should start thinking about changing the point of view and changing the way of we are looking at the Baltic Sea region. Because without cooperation, broadened dialogue, without sharing experience, because we are facing the same challenges everywhere, no matter how. It's Poland, Lithuania, Denmark, we have the same challenges. And we can only serve by cooperation, by dialogue, by joint finding the proper solution to our societies. Maybe that's...
Yeah. No, you're totally great, Marcin, that we should only achieve this with collaboration. Because you see, even this Russian-Ukrainian war, but we can't separate port, right? There is Kaliningrad, Baltic, and also we need cargo from there, right? From Russian ports also. So someday we have to succeed to that point that when we have a mutual collaboration among all ports, because you see today in Ukraine, from Ukraine only we have possibility to transport grains, but other than grains, there are hundreds of ships are staying in Nikolai, Odessa, Yuzhny port with chemical, with fertilizer, with vegetable oil, right? So they all are spoiling. Only grains, but for grains also there is a, thanks to Turkey, thanks to other country which helped to succeed, and with Russia signed peace agreement at least for grains. But going further, we have to get agreement for full collaboration. Then only we can provide life in another country. As Sudan, African country, if grains not supply, Ukraine today stop. Yeah, Ukraine not for its own desire, prudently. So that's stop. Therefore, you are very much right that we have to collaborate with each other, and Baltic play great role in Europe. Right? Thank you. So my next question to our all respective panelists, and I think we have here one more guest. Just I want to miss out of you, Mr. One second, let me pronounce myself. Zabagnet Babus. Don't laugh, my dear friend, because this is a name of person, and I have to ask you how to pronounce your good name.
Ja się nie śmieję, to jest uśmiech po prostu.
I think that step you have to take in your country to make better economy of port city of Gdynia and Gdańsk.
Ja najpierw może panu posłowi oddam ten głos, a później powiem też o Gdyni, Gdańsku, ale także o Szczecinie i Świnoujściu. Bardzo proszę.
Okay, shift to Polish.
Dobrze, ja będę mówił po polsku, troszeczkę będzie mi łatwiej. Tak, ja zasadniczo pochodzę też z Gdyni, więc rozumiem i czuję te sprawy morskie. Dla nas, dla całego Pomorza, tego gdańskiego, ponieważ Gdańsk jest drugim największym portem na Bałtyku, jeśli chodzi o przeładunek bodaj.
It was worse in the 80s, and since that it has improved slightly. The trend is going in the right direction. The nutrient loads are going down slowly, but they are going to be smaller than before. So we are quite near to reach the threshold level defined by HELCOM, Helsinki Marine Commission, but we are not there yet. We must continue our work, but we are going to the right direction.
And fish stocks?
They have been relatively stable. For example, it depends on the species. For example, cod has disappeared almost completely from the Baltic Sea, but that's because of the salinity has been so low. But for example, Baltic herring is quite okay, which is the most important species economically.
Thank you. So any more question? Yeah, please.
Thank you. I'm a participant from Åland Islands, a small island between Sweden and Finland, and we are truly interested in developing offshore wind power there as well. And I was wondering, how do you see about the new demands on the ports and harbors when you're developing offshore windcraft, in terms of if you're producing hydrogen gas and so on? It's explosive and it's a completely new thing to do for many harbors and ports. Is there any opportunities, like for Simrishamn? Is that something you can do when the bigger cities have taken over the other, many other businesses? Or is it a threat, the demands, the opportunities? How do you see about it?
Well, we had that question, but it's not really possible because of the way our defense or military training areas are located, and a huge part of our municipality is used by the army. So the army and the defense department always has its say first. Okay, this is not possible to build any windmills nearby. So I don't know much about the difficulties about the hydrogen gas and so on. Maybe you do.
Ja myślę, jeżeli mogę, to my mamy takie doświadczenie, które wskazuje nam, że oczywiście przede wszystkim trzeba dywersyfikować źródła energii. To znaczy nie lokować wszystkiego w jednym źródle. I ta nauka płynie, znaczy my tę naukę mieliśmy już wcześniej, a dzisiaj w kontekście wojny, która się toczy za naszą, tutaj mówię naszą, czyli polską wschodnią granicą, wojny na Ukrainie, jest jeszcze bardziej prawdziwa. Nie można dzisiaj powiedzieć, że jest zbyt dużo źródeł energii. Ich jest za mało. Jeżeli mówimy o budowaniu farm wiatrowych, to trzeba to robić. Jeżeli mówimy o gazociągu, to trzeba to robić. Jeżeli mówimy o gazoporcie, to trzeba to robić. Jeżeli będą jakiekolwiek inne możliwości pozyskiwania energii, to także trzeba to robić. Dlatego, że ja miałem akurat taką sytuację, kiedy przez właśnie województwo zachodniopomorskie i pomorskie, a więc tutaj całą tą strefę brzegową polską przeszły w zeszłym roku w styczniu i w lutym bardzo mocne wichury. I okazało się, że trudno nam jest funkcjonować, bo wiatrołomy, te drzewa, które się przewracały, po prostu wyłączyły energię. I nagle okazało się, że wiele rzeczy, które wydawały nam się oczywiste, z których korzystamy na co dzień, które są dla nas jak powietrze, tak jakby oddychamy nimi, nagle tego powietrza zabrakło. A więc ja bym nie martwił się tutaj kwestią tego, że tych źródeł energii jest za dużo, ich jest za mało. Natomiast jeżeli o wodór, właśnie w Szczecinie, na Pomorzu Zachodnim powołaliśmy Zachodniopomorską Dolinę Wodorową, to jest projekt oczywiście na przyszłość. Unia Europejska ma tutaj także swój projekt, aby takie doliny wodorowe, czy przestrzenie, w których ten wodór może być produkowany. De facto my ten wodór już produkujemy, chociażby w Policach są wielkie zakłady azotowe. Efektem ubocznym tej produkcji jest właśnie wodór. Pytanie, czy jest szary, zielony, niebieski. Tutaj już nie będziemy tego tematu rozwijać. ale mamy dzisiaj możliwość pozyskania tego wodoru i wykorzystania go właśnie w taki dobry sposób. To wcale nie jest wbrew tej obiegowej opinii jakiś materiał wybuchowy. Myślę, że to jest przyszłość. Naprawdę wodór być może wyprzedzi, na przykład jeżeli chodzi o różnego rodzaju napędy, silniki, wyprzedzi silniki elektryczne. Tak być może. No, na pewno jest to paliwo czystsze i mimo wszystko bezpieczne.
Yeah, thank you. One more question. Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Singh. Thank you very much, dear panelists, for very decent input which you presented. I just wanted to ask you a short question. If we are talking about management of seaports, if we're talking about the way how actually seaports can prosper in this new era, in this new reality which we now face. What is your personal assessment? Because it's crucially important for Ukraine. I represent Ukraine eventually. Because unfortunately our universities, they're very frequently left behind something which really seaports management needs in terms of education, in terms of new management practices, etc.
And not just to think about, because you see, what is my philosophy? My philosophy, if you talk about anything, we have to take this forward. No action, no play, right? So only collaboratively, only together, all we can take a step forward. Because 5 fingers separately is nothing. 5 fingers together power. So we have to collaborate. Once we are talking about Euro Union, once we are talking about USA, so we have to combine all and get solution. We all are here 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all audiences. Also, they are also our part of this session, solution. So let's be 100% solution oriented. So you are very much right that this all only, and as all speakers say, collaboratively only we can get the solution. So thank you very much everyone. My next question to Ms. Janet, what steps we can take to make better economy? I mean, particularly in your country, what step you should take? I mean, you should take that your country and should take who are in authority to make better economy of these port cities in Sweden.
Well, first of all, I very much agree with my colleague here, whose name I'm sorry not to be able to pronounce. But of course, the ecology questions have been very important for a long time. But now, of course, the safety of the Baltic are on top of everyone's list, and cannot be neglected. But of course, the Baltic is also a very provides good opportunities for economical development, and we have been successful in trading and harboring and fishing and so on. And that can, of course, continue. I don't know much about the other countries, but in Sweden we have kind of centralized everything to a few harbors. And I think that might be a mistake, because what if something happens? We have to get some alternatives for trading. And our infrastructure in the country connected to the ports can be developed. It's not that good everywhere. So if, let's say, we have a Helsingborg or Trelleborg, who's a large ports closed, and then we have to have options. And that's, of course, our economy depends on that.